There's no getting around the price tag here. Paying around $40,000 for an electric motorcycle is way beyond what most riders would ever consider. But the Black Sheep one clearly isn't trying to appeal to everyone. This is the kind of machine built for collectors, enthusiasts, and people who see motorcycles as rolling pieces of art rather than simple transportation. The bike recently appeared at the Bike Shed Moto Show in London, and it definitely stood out from the crowd. Only 50 units will ever be made, which instantly puts it into ultra-exclusive territory. Expensive? Absolutely. But there's also something undeniably fascinating about it. Black Sheep Power is a British company through and through, handling the engineering, design, and production entirely in the UK. The One is the brand's very first motorcycle, and the company describes it as a direct rejection of mass production. Looking at the bike, that philosophy becomes obvious right away. Performance numbers alone don't fully explain this motorcycle. The aluminum axial flux electric motor produces 47 horsepower and a massive 700 Newton meters of torque. On paper, the top speed of 80 miles per hour and the 0 to 60 time of 4.5 seconds won't blow anyone away, especially considering the price. But that's not really the point of this machine. The focus here is craftsmanship and engineering detail. The 6.2 kilowatt-hour battery offers up to 100 miles of city range, and charging from 10 to 80% takes around 2 hours with the onboard charger. But what really grabs attention is how everything has been put together. The bike uses CNC machined stainless steel and billet aluminum components throughout the powertrain. The battery sits inside a beautifully engineered housing connected directly into the spine frame structure. Even the cooling system feels futuristic. Instead of traditional hoses and pipes running everywhere, the coolant actually flows through the bike's frame and motor components themselves. Black Sheep calls this its wire-free power delivery system, and it's one of the most unique things about the motorcycle. Signals are transmitted through tiny integrated components built into the frame, giving the whole bike an incredibly clean and minimal appearance. The exposed engineering almost feels like mechanical sculpture. The suspension setup is serious too. Up front, you get Öhlins upside-down forks with 120 millimeters of travel, while the rear uses an Öhlins shock with adjustable damping. Braking comes from Brembo hardware at both ends, with a 320 millimeter front disc and a 240 millimeter rear disc. There's also regenerative braking that changes depending on the riding mode, plus a reverse function to help with slow-speed maneuvering. The bike weighs about 180 kilograms, with a seat height just under 32 inches in proportions that should feel approachable for many riders. Customization is another huge part of the experience. Buyers can personalize the frame color, battery cover artwork, seat upholstery, and even the materials and finishes used throughout the motorcycle. Black Sheep also allows owners to work closely with the company to tailor the ergonomics and geometry to their preferences, making each build feel deeply personal. To secure one of the 50 build slots, buyers need to place a deposit before the full payment. And while the price may sound outrageous to many people, the Black Sheep one almost exists outside the normal motorcycle market anyway. At a time when many electric motorcycles are packed with giant touchscreens, software gimmicks, and overly polished styling, Black Sheep has gone in the complete opposite direction. Raw billet aluminum, exposed engineering, and a motor proudly left visible in the open make this thing feel more like industrial artwork than a traditional production bike. That's really what makes the One interesting. It's similar to why people still buy handmade mechanical watches, even though smartphones tell time more accurately. The craftsmanship, rarity, and emotional connection are the entire point. Whether that approach can become a long-term business success is another question altogether, but as a statement piece, the Black Sheep one definitely knows how to make an impression.